played a Mead Bowers game for me.
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review, and today I'm very excited to check out OK Play from Big Potato Games. This is for 2 to 4 players, ages 8+. Take about 15 minutes to play, and it's take you 20 seconds to learn, and in OK Play, you're playing a game of Connect 5 in this abstracted game with some very unique packaging. Does it all work? Is it a good game? Let's open it up, and I'll tell you what I think. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what you're to get inside of OK Play. So first and foremost, we have a handy-dandy rule sheet. You'll need it once, you'll never need it again, because it's an incredibly simple game to learn and to teach, and I'll teach it to you right now. So OK Play actually comes in like this clamshell packaging that once you use it, you will get rid of it, but this is what you're going to get with the game. And this is, we gotta, first and foremost, like, this is very sturdily made, like, not gonna come apart. Look at that. Yeah, so very impressive on that. It's actually kind of hard to get the stuff out sometimes. But these are what you're gonna get. And this is a simple abstract game where you're gonna try and get 5 in a row of your particular color. So let's just say we're playing a 2-player game. Boom, we would take these off, and now we are ready to play the game. So what you're gonna do on your turn, very simple. You're gonna take off one of your pieces, and then the next person is going to take off one of their pieces, and they have to connect it to one of your, or connect it to any spot on the board that's open that is orthogonal. So they might do that right there. So the blue guy might go, haha, I'm going to go right here. I have 2 in a row. And the orange guy would be like, oh no, forget you. I'm going to go right here. And the blue guy would be like, haha, you know, actually, I'm going to go right here. So take that. And you get it. You're going to continue to do this until someone has gotten 5 in a row. Now, eventually, what will happen is that you will run out of pieces. So once you run out of pieces, is the game over? Is it a tie? How does that work? No, it's not over, because what you're going to do then is you are going to continue to play, but now what's going to happen is you're going to remove one of your pieces and put it somewhere else. I might just say, I'm going to take this one off right here, and I'm going to put it right there, which will change up how the state of the board is, which is kind of interesting as well. However, once someone is able to get 5 in a row, then they will win the game. They'll be the winner of OK Play. Now let's show you how the putback is. So what you're going to do is you're going to take all the pieces and you're going to put them back on here. And I got to mention this. Like these are not coming off. Like this is built from the ground up to be something. Like look at it. Yeah, got 1 off, got 2 off. But I really was putting some pressure there. This is the kind of thing where if you drop it, it's not going to break and it's not going to fall apart, which obviously is something that you're concerned about with a game like this. But once you get done putting them all back on there, you're going to plop it back onto your handy dandy little thing right here. And once again, boom, you are good to go. And that, in a nutshell, is what you're going to get inside of OK Play. Alright then, OK Play from Big Potato Games. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, game's not going to be for everybody for a variety of different reasons. It's an incredibly simple, light, abstract game, which will be an immediate turn-off to a lot of people. Also, 2 to 4 players, very restricted player count. Some people are going to not like the packaging as well, because clearly it's clamshell packaging, and once you get past the clamshell packaging, this is what you have. There's not even a spot to hold the rules. Granted, you'll probably never need the rules again. Now, down to actual component-wise. This is a little bit of a bummer for me personally, because I actually just found out about it right now as I was about to shoot this, because as I was snapping back on the orange part, I snapped it onto the wrong part. I put the thick part where you should have put the skinny part in this, and now it does not hold there in play. It actually, you know, I'm not going to get it up close, but there's these tiny little white stretch marks where the plastic has been stretched, and I tried to stretch it back into place. To my chagrin, it did not, which now means that this orange one will not stay on here as all. Well, okay, never mind. What? Yeah, it doesn't stay on. Yeah, it does not stay on there nearly as well as it did before, which means it's going to fall off, which kind of defeats the purpose of it, which is a little bit of a bummer. The fact that just accidentally putting it the wrong time is going to completely degrade that. Like I said, I played this, I brought this into my classroom, I had no problems with this. I was ready to give this a glowing review and call this ingenious, but now that I've done this, and the fact that I've stretched that out, that really kind of puts a damper on this review, because you have to know that. You have to know that you have to put them back in the absolutely right way. That it should be. There should be next to no resistance when you're putting this away, because if you do, as you see right now, the orange one is not going to stay on there very well, and that's going to lend itself to a problem. So yes, that's a problem right there, that you have to put it away in just the perfect right way. Any other cons? It's light, it's simple, it's abstract, 2 to 4 players, that component bugaboo right there, the fact it looks like what it is. Going to be a turnoff to a lot of people. But moving on to the pros, you know, aside from this is a big bummer because I was ready to give this a really good recommendation and say I think this is a great on-the-go abstract game. It's the kind of thing you can spill anything on it. You can take it on a camping trip. You can take it to a restaurant. The lanyard, everything component-wise, up until the point where that didn't want to stay in the right place, is very high quality. Like, this lanyard feels like a top-notch lanyard. I mean, obviously, you probably wouldn't want to go, you know, what's the ski diving? The thing. Woo! Zip lining. You wouldn't want to go zip lining with it. Sorry about that. I had to think about it before we kept going. You wouldn't want to go zip lining with it, but it's still very, very nice for it serves its purpose. You know, it doesn't come apart, and now the orange part seems to stay on there, so I need to finagle with that some more, but there definitely are stretch marks, and as you saw, if I didn't put it in just the right way, it definitely was going to fall out, which is a bit of a bummer, whereas this blue one, look at the blue one's not coming out, even though I don't even have all the pieces on there. So component-wise, aside from that gripe, which I just found out about, I really like the components in this game. It's light, it's simple. I like when you run out of tiles because that really does change the game. When you start picking up tiles and then putting them in different places, because it completely changes the game state, so to speak. And I like that aspect. Game does not say it's welcome. It literally can be taught in probably like 5 or 10 seconds. It's like, hey, here's how this works. Here's your pieces. Connect them to a different piece. Make sure that it's orthogonal and not diagonal. Get 5 in a row, and you win the game. And that's the entire game. And then maybe you explain a little bit into the game. Oh, yeah, we run out of pieces. This is what happens. But in the end, I like OK Play. I really do. I hope there is an easy fix for me where I can keep this orange piece on there so it does not slide off because, yeah, like that. But if you can put it on there the right way and you're willing to do that, I think this is a really rock-solid, abstract, portable game. You know, I don't think this is, you know, it's a little bit too cumbersome still to, like, attach to a, you know, like a keychain or something like that. But this is the kind of thing you'd maybe snap inside of your book bag or something like that, or a purse. I definitely can recommend this one. That is OK Play. Aside from that minor gripe, that actually kind of, that bums me out a little bit. Really enjoy this one, and I plan on keeping this one, especially if I can get this little bugaboo issue fixed. But OK Play, there you go. If you enjoyed this review, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below in the comments below. Let me know what's the worst thing that's ever happened to one of your board games while you were playing that said board game. I've had a board game vomited on. What game was it? I didn't feel too bad. It was a generic adult party game, and I got puked on it, and I can't even think of the name of it. I think it was a Kickstarter video I was doing it for him. I had to email him. That was the worst part about it. I had to email him, and I was like, hey, could you send me another prototype? Somebody kind of vomited all over this prototype. And yeah, so that was probably the worst thing it got vomited on. I've also had a whole bottle of wine spilled on my copy of Power Grid before too, which is a little bit of a bummer. I don't remember if it was wine or soda pop, one of the two. But a whole bottle of it, or a whole thing of it, was spilled on it. But let me know in the comments below. What's the worst thing that's happened to one of your board games while you were playing it? And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.